Do you remember the last time you felt truly in control of your power, when there was no fear of failure, no anxiety before an intimate moment? The truth is that many men believe that losing vigor over the years is natural. But is it really? What if I told you that there was something silent happening inside your own body? Something that could be sabotaging your virility without you even realizing it. And worse, this may be getting worse every week that you ignore the signs. Today, thousands of men over 50 are recovering their erections completely naturally, with just 3 simple movements. Movements that most people would never imagine were directly linked to the return of male potency. The most curious thing? They don't involve medicine, don't require a gym, and can be done at home without anyone noticing. But be careful. These movements are not common, and perhaps that's why almost no one talks about them. You may be just one step away from activating something that is dormant in your body, something that, when stimulated in the right way, can restore not only your erection, but also your confidence, your self-esteem, and even the way your wife looks at you. But before I reveal each of these moves, you need to understand what's at stake here. Because from the moment these 3 simple commands are activated, your body can begin to respond in ways that you may not have imagined possible. It's like pressing a hidden button, that button that activates the virility that time has tried to erase. But it's still there, waiting to be accessed. And in this video, you'll find out exactly how to do that. So, if you're tired of feeling like your best phase is over, get ready, because what I'm going to show you now could be the first step to recovering everything you thought you had lost forever. The first move that thousands of men are discovering, and that you're about to discover, isn't taught in any doctor's office. It has been ignored for years simply because it is too simple. But simple doesn't mean useless. Quite the contrary. What you will learn now could be the missing key to reversing what seemed to be irreversible. There is a region in your body that is completely forgotten, dormant, atrophied by time, routine, and especially a sedentary lifestyle. And that is exactly where your greatest potential for erectile recovery lies. Imagine for a moment that your erection is like a bridge that depends on firm support on both sides. Now imagine that one of these bases is weak, cracked, and poorly maintained. That base is a deep muscle called the psoas. Maybe you've never heard of him, but it is now hidden behind your abdomen, connecting your spine to the inner groin area. It's like a silent lever that, when it's stuck, blocks not just movement but the flow of blood, the force of momentum, the feeling of firmness. And the worst? Most men live for decades with this muscle completely shortened, without knowing that this is directly compromising their potency. Lack of mobility in the psoas doesn't just cause lower back pain or discomfort when getting out of bed. It prevents the body from responding to intimate stimuli with intensity. It creates a kind of invisible barrier that prevents blood from reaching the penis in full force. This explains why many men report a type of weak erection, which does not last or takes a long time to occur. The body even tries to respond, but something stops. And that something could be hiding right there, in that neglected muscle. But the good news is that with one simple movement, you can start releasing that lock right now. What you need to do is gently activate the psoas. It's not a gym exercise. It is a maneuver that activates the muscle through conscious stretching. Sit on the edge of the bed, with your feet firmly on the floor. Bring one of your knees towards your chest and hug it gently. Hold for 20 seconds. Then lie on your back, with one of your legs extended off the bed, letting it hang in the void while holding the other towards your chest. Repeat on both sides. This encourages the psoas to open up, free up space, and reactivate its natural function. In a short time, you will feel a different lightness in the pelvic region. And this sensation, apparently discreet, is the sign that your body is preparing to function as before again. Maybe you're thinking, but can that alone make a difference? Yes, because the problem is not a lack of external stimulus, but rather an internal blockage. You can take all the pills in the world, but if these muscles are blocked, your erection will continue to be limited. True power begins from the inside out, with the release of the foundation that supports everything. And when the psoas is reactivated, It sends a signal to the brain that it is ready to act. The brain responds with more oxygen, more circulation, more command to the nerves involved in the erection. It's like rewiring a broken circuit. Most men only discover this movement when they are already desperate after countless failures in bed. But you're getting access to it before it gets to that point. The chances in front of you to avoid embarrassment, frustration, uncomfortable silences, and that pain in the chest that few admit, but everyone feels. You don't have to go through this. And if you've come this far, it's because you really care about your health, your virility, and your self-esteem. So, if you are enjoying this content and want to continue discovering natural ways to reactivate your power, take advantage of this moment and subscribe to the channel. This is very important so that you receive the next videos with new exclusive and simple guidelines like this. Here you learn respectfully, seriously based on facts, and best of all, without taboos, without judgments, and without miraculous formulas that don't work. Just what your body needs to get back to what it always was. Before I show you the next move, I want to give you a special invitation. Close your eyes for a second and imagine what your next night would be like if you felt 100% confident. Imagine the peace of mind of knowing that you will respond, that you will surprise, that you will show your best version. Now tell me in the comments, do you want to feel that again? Comment below the phrase, "I want my body working again." This will show me that you are committed to your health, your power, and that you want to go all the way on this journey. And now I will reveal to you the second movement, and this one is even more powerful. There is an area of your body that acts as if it were the on-off switch for your power. It is a small but extremely powerful muscle group, and the most curious thing is that it is not visible. No one talks about it on a daily basis, and practically no doctor comments on its importance clearly. We're talking about the pelvic floor, the structural base that supports all the organs in the lower part of your abdomen, including the prostate, the bladder, and of course the entire system involved in erection. When this muscle is weakened, the first signs begin to appear silently. Loss of firmness, difficulty maintaining an erection, and even urinary leaks. And the worst part, many men think this is just the fault of age, but it's not. The real problem lies in the inactivity of this muscle group. Over the years, this area begins to lose tone due to lack of stimulation, like a rubber band that becomes loose. And when this happens, the body loses control over the muscles that are supposed to hold and direct blood to the penile region. It's like trying to inflate a punctured balloon. The blood arrives, but it doesn't stay there. Firmness disappears. And this is even more aggravated if the prostate is swollen, putting pressure on nearby structures and making it even more difficult to control the erection. But there is a technique that can transform this scenario. It is as simple as it is effective. A pelvic floor activation movement that many call the virility belt. This activation can be done standing up without anyone noticing. Just contract as if you are trying to hold in urine for a few seconds and then relax. It seems basic, but it's not. The secret is to associate this contraction with a slight rotation of the pelvis, as if you were gently turning your hips back and forth, also activating the lower part of the abdomen. When this movement is repeated for a few minutes every day, the muscles at the base of the pelvis begin to gain strength and endurance. Over time, control over the erection becomes firmer, more present, and easier to maintain. It's like regaining control over something that seemed to have slipped out of your hands. And science confirms this. Studies show that men who practice this type of exercise can drastically improve erection quality, including those who already suffered from mild to moderate erectile dysfunction. Furthermore, this strengthening helps to relieve pressure on the prostate, also improving symptoms such as weak stream, constant urge to urinate, and bladder discomfort. In other words, not only do you regain virility, you also protect one of the most important organs in male health, your prostate. This is something that no medicine offers, because here, you're not just covering the problem, you're treating the root cause. If you apply this movement every day for just 5 minutes, Results can begin to appear in less than 2 weeks. And the most impressive thing is the psychological effect of this. When a man feels that he has regained control, his mind reacts. Trust is reestablished. The fear goes away. Performance improves effortlessly. And the best of all is that you don't need to expose yourself, go to a doctor's office, take injections, or buy expensive products. All you need is you, your body, and a commitment to your intimate health. Its potency does not depend on miraculous formulas. It depends on consciously activating the right commands that were forgotten. You may think it's too late, but it's not. In fact, this could be the most defining moment of your life, because now you know what you need to do. And the difference between those who regain their power and those who give in to failure lies in just one choice: continue ignoring or take action. Don't let shame, fear, or doubt stop you from trying something that can completely change your relationship with yourself, your partner, and your self-esteem. If you've made it this far, it means you're taking this seriously, and that is rare. Few men have the courage to look for real solutions, to face the problem head on and start changing from the inside out. Therefore, I want to propose something to you. Take a deep breath and imagine yourself 30 days from now, feeling that your body has responded again, that your partner smiles differently again, that you look at yourself in the mirror with pride again. If this image touched you, then comment below, "I'm activating my strength again." This will show me that you are not here by chance, but because you decided to recover your health, your potency, and your value as a man. Now I'm going to reveal the third and final movement to you, and it carries an almost forgotten ancient secret. There is an ancient practice, almost forgotten by time, which was used by monks and warriors to keep the body active, the mind awake, and sexual energy high, even at an advanced age. These men didn't have access to modern medicines, supplements, or treatments, but they understood how to awaken vitality from the inside out. They knew that by activating the energy center in the middle of the abdomen, something powerful happened in the body. Blood flowed more easily, the mind calmed, natural testosterone increased, and virility was preserved. Today, science is beginning to confirm what these ancient practices have taught for centuries. Moving the abdomen in deep circles has a direct impact on male sexual health, especially when we talk about potency and the prostate. This third movement is an abdominal rotation exercise, extremely simple but absurdly effective. You just need to stand with your feet slightly apart and make circular movements with your hips as if you were drawing a circle with the base of your belly. But the key lies in two details. First, breathing. Inhale deeply while rotating your hips to one side, then exhale while rotating to the other. Second, the intention. As you rotate, keep your focus on your lower abdomen as if you are awakening a dormant force there. This type of activation affects the internal muscles that support the sexual organs, improves the local blood circulation, and reactivates the nervous system responsible for arousal and maintenance of the erection. This movement, despite seeming silly, unlocks an energy that many men don't even know they still have. The pelvic region is the center of what some call the male life force. When you activate this center, your body begins to send different hormonal signals, stimulating the production of natural testosterone and reducing levels of cortisol, which is the stress hormone, one of the main villains of erectile dysfunction. By rotating your hips with awareness and correct breathing, you are not just moving your body, you are waking up your parasympathetic nervous system, responsible for balancing the body and putting you in a state of intimate readiness in a calm way, without forcing anything, without depending on medication. And there's more. This exercise is also one of the few that can stimulate the adrenal glands, which directly participate in hormonal production and the body's response to desire. In other words, you begin to feel more will, more presence, more firmness. Many men report that after a week of continuous practice, they began to feel slight heat in the groin area, increased sensitivity, and above all, a feeling of energy that they had not experienced for a long time. And all this just by consciously rotating your hips for a few minutes a day. Maybe you've never heard this before, because no one makes money with a simple move like this. But the truth is that the human body responds to natural stimuli when they are done with constancy and purpose. And this abdominal rotation is one of them. It is discreet and can be done in the bedroom, in the bathroom, in the backyard, wherever. You don't need equipment. You don't need special clothing. You don't even need space. All you need is your decision to act, your courage to leave your comfort zone, and your confidence in yourself. Because yes, it is possible to activate again what seemed to have been lost with age. Your body is not broken, it's just blocked. And this movement helps to unlock. Now imagine what it will be like in a few weeks when you notice that your potency has returned with more intensity, that your prostate is less sensitive, that your urine flows more strongly, and that your desire returns naturally. Not out of obligation, but because your body is back to functioning as it was created to function. This is the power to awaken vital energy, and you are one step away from it. Just put into practice what you are learning here, seriously and consistently. Your body will thank you, your partner will notice, and you will feel more of a man than ever. If this content has moved you, if you feel like you have finally found a real path to recovering your intimate health and potency, I want to invite you now to leave a comment below with the phrase, "My vital energy is awakening." This will show me that you understand the value of what you learned here, that you are ready to apply it, and that you want to continue receiving content like this. Now that you know these 3 simple but incredibly powerful movements, it's time to see your intimate life with new eyes. What seemed lost, distant, or even impossible to recover is now within your reach. And this isn't just about erections. It's about feeling alive, useful, desired, confident again. It's about being able to look your partner in the eyes and know that you can still do your best. And the joy of feeling your body reacting, the pleasure of realizing that there is still power, the relief of knowing that you are not dependent on expensive medicines or formulas. It all starts here with simple daily attitudes. You are not alone. Many men like you carry in silence the anguish of feeling like they are failing. But the truth is that your body has a natural capacity for regeneration that just needs to be awakened. And now you've taken the first step. That, in itself, is cause for celebration. Hope returned, and with it, the real possibility of living the next few years with much greater quality, disposition, and satisfaction. You deserve this. You deserve to feel whole again. If you've made it this far, congratulations. This shows that you really care about your health and want to avoid problems before it's too late. I want to invite you to leave a comment saying, "I watched until the end because I believe in my recovery," so that I can get to know you and know who is really committed to taking care of their own men's health. Also, check now if you are already subscribed to the channel. If not yet, click the subscribe button. This is essential for you to receive the next videos, with even more tips, strategies, and natural movements to transform your intimate health. And of course, don't forget to leave a like if this content helped you in any way. This really strengthens the channel and motivates me to continue bringing you valuable information. Finally, share this video with a friend or family member who may be going through this in silence. You can be the reason for transformation in someone's life. Most men only realize that something is wrong with their prostate and erection when it is too late. In the first pinned comment, I left a link to a playlist that can prevent this from happening to you. Watch now before it's too late.